Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun, the Daily Dish with me, Ron E. Bradley. Where's my name? Right there. Right there. Oh my goodness. I forgot to change that. I don't really want that headline on there, but that's okay. My goodness gracious. I hope that wherever you guys are, you out there, you are having a phenomenal day. We are having a better morning than tomorrow because I think we can be heard today, which is something completely different than yesterday when StreamYard was freaking out only during the time of this particular show. By the way, it wasn't an all-day thing. It just so happened that it was just this time. Vinny T, you didn't miss anything yesterday because we had no sound. But I do want to welcome everybody, and I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, by the way, it is the 11th day of December, 12/11/2024. And if you're brand new to this show, this channel, anything, go ahead and if you could, please hit that like button. Also, if you're not new to the show, you can go ahead and hit the like button. Still, it helps us get out to a lot more people. We appreciate that. If you are watching this on the replay, hopefully you fast forwarded it to this part. And welcome in everybody. Hey, all driving, can't chat. Don't chat because stop text, stop Rex. By the way, have you ever been driving and heard that commercial? And it's one of the worst commercials that's on the radio because it is meant to capture your attention if you're driving, but it could distract you and get you into an accident. And it says it plays the sound of a text message coming on a phone, and then it says, "Did you just look down at your phone?" And I'm like, did you just try to cause an automobile accident? Because don't do that. That's just dumb. And the funny thing is, the objective of the commercial is stop text, stop Rex. But it's ridiculous that they would start off the commercial by giving you a distraction that could get you in a wreck. Don't do that. If you want to stop text, stop Rex, then create a better commercial. I want to say hi to everybody that's coming in the chat. I see a lot of people coming in this morning. Got 21 people already here, which is great. Fantastic, wonderful, happy Wednesday to everybody. It is the day of Woden, also Odin. So if you are familiar with Viking lore or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Odin is the daddy of Thor, right? And so in different variations of the word, of the spelling of Odin, it's Woden. It's like Woden. That's where we get the Wednesday from. I'm not sure where the E came from, but anyway, Wednesday is actually Odin's day, and Thursday is actually Thor's day. So his son, Thor, and Frigga, Friday is his wife's day. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all have physical representation in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Odin, Frigga, and Thor. Loki doesn't have a day. There's no Loki's day. You've got the sun. The day of the sun is Sunday. The day of the moon is Moon Day, Monday. Tiu. I'm not sure. Tiu is a different Viking god or goddess, but and that's where we get Tuesday from. But the weekend is named after Saturn, the sun, and the moon. So there you go. Your little history lesson for the day and how we get our days of the week named. Native Hawaiian, aloha. Welcome in. That's me saying aloha to Native Hawaiian. Erica and Raf, I invited you to the show. If you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. You do not have to. You may be tired. I know that. Man, last night I couldn't join into anything. I fell asleep so early. I was supposed to join 2 shows that I just didn't have it for. Rhonda H. Ola, good morning. Jeremy Heath is in the house. He says, mowing. Carter C, hello. Jeremy Heath says, I can't wait to hear this episode. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I get it. Yes, but he did say that my sound check was good. I did that. Just Nita is here. Hi ho, hi ho. Hello, Just Nita, or as I will call you, the real Snow White, better than Rachel Zegler could ever hope to be in her hopiest of hopeness. Carter C, right on time. Going Shogi is here. He says, morning to everybody. And there's Just Nita again. Good morning. Carter C, enjoy your breakfast, Native Hawaiian. Juliet is here. Good afternoon. Follow the Bradleys in chat. Vinny T is in the house. Morning, Fun Fam. Good morning. Yes, the Fun Fam. Welcome back, Fun Fam. Izzo's place is driving and cannot chat, and we do not want you to. Go and Shogi says, howdy to Nita. Equus Hart says, good morning, Equus Hart. And Vinny T is saying good morning. Jeremy Heath and Vinny T and Go and Shogi. And Just Nita says, Odin Day. Well, in that case, I'll have to have a piece of school bread. That's right, from Norway. Norway in Epcot. Morning, people, says the Bud Files, and Sue is here. And Jeremy Heath says, I used to commute to the shop in the city, though people on the road were crazy, reading books and putting on makeup while driving, multitasking, fools in the loo. Yeah, I learned how to drive in St. Louis. I also learned how to fly in St. Louis, Spirit of St. Louis Airport. I was telling my son about that yesterday. I actually flew a plane solo on my 16th birthday. That was my gift. And the fun story about that is on my way up at about 400 feet above the ground, my door came open. Of course, I was seat belted in, so not that big of a deal. I just reached over and closed it. But it probably isn't as bad on an airplane when the door comes open that low to the ground as it is in a car. I would not want to be right on the ground and be shoved out into the pavement. No. Love me some Viking folklore in the morning. Yes, hopefully this is going to be a great Viking show. Great Viking show. I'm going to pronounce that better. And Go and Shogi says hi to hanging with Erica and Raph. Aloha to Native Hawaiian. Good morning, Go and Shogi. Everybody is here. We're having a good time. Rebooting. You are good to go. Erica. If you want to come in after the reboot, you are good to go. Speaking of reboot, speaking of being good to go, we want to share something that I like to share. And that is, and you know this, if you watch the show on the regular, or if you're new to the show, you may not know this. If you watch the show on the regular, you will know. But we love a good celebration here, right? So we love a good celebration. So what is a celebration? Well, that's when I celebrate all of you guys. You guys are the juice. You guys are the energon that gets this guy to transform and roll out of bed in the morning. Because otherwise I am not Optimus. I am Sleeptimus. Last night, for example, man, So last night, I got to tell you, I was supposed to be on WDW Pro's show after party for the watch party for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I had to think of the name of it. And I was going to do Spice Lounge before that a little bit. Frankly, at 7:30, I was out of it. And a part of that was trying to watch the Skeleton Crew early enough. I started watching the first episode. I would have needed to get through 3 episodes before the show, before WDW Pro show. That show sucks. I'm like, who is this made for? Maybe it's made for little kids or something to try and relate, but I'm sorry, but Suburbia does not belong in the Star Wars universe. Wow. It was so suck. I mean, I was like, literally felt like watching little kids trying to play with Star Wars toys in the 1980s, which would be fine, except this was worse. You remember the Ewok movies? Anybody remember the Ewok movies? Those were cute. They were for little kids. They came out, they had little kids in them, but they actually took place on Endor. And even if the sets weren't, even if they weren't Star Wars levels, did you just become a member of the channel, DL? Oh, good. That's going to give me something to celebrate. But yeah, and I see you, Erica. I'll bring you in a minute. I couldn't believe what I was watching, because I'm like, I'm just watching little kids play with the Star Wars toys in Suburbia. Granted, a Suburbia supposedly in the Star Wars. I mean, this is like, it looks like an American suburb neighborhood, but with some Star Wars vehicles. It just like, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm just so done. I'm just so done. So anyhow. Oh, you were a member, didn't notice I left. That is okay. That is okay. Skeleton Crew is a metaphor for the viewership. Yeah, I think you might be right. Anyway, that out of the way, let's celebrate this. So show you what a celebration is. We're going to put this on the screen. DL became a member, and I like to celebrate all of you guys. So anytime there's super chats, super things, super stickers, somebody becomes a member, memberships are dropped, PayPal's buy me coffees, any of that support that helps us out, continue to do the show for you guys. We love to celebrate that. So speaking of Star Wars, let's use that as a celebration for when it was actually good. There's some Star Wars Marvel stuff that maybe is some good stuff in this celebration. I don't know. We'll see. Let's celebrate. All right, we got some new people in here. And Erica, welcome to the show.
Hello.
And I can even hear Erica this morning. There's sound everywhere. It's amazing. So excited.
So the question is my sound okay on my end?
At least I can hear you fine. I can hear you. Did I say find? Find. I can hear you fine. Yesterday, I don't know if you knew this, Erica, but StreamYard was not producing audios, and other audio was fine except for microphone audio. So for some reason, it was blacked out, and it wasn't just me. It was like all the shows, but it happened during my time slot for this show.
Right.
And fortunately, Culture doesn't use StreamYard. I heard of something else this morning called I don't know what, but it's only for Macs, and I do not have a Mac. Yes, that was pathetic. Dancing Darth was at Star Wars weekends, and Star Wars weekends to me were so much better then that's why my title yesterday was StreamYard Broccoli Mountain or whatever. I'm like, broccoli StreamYard, what the heck is going on with this thing? So next thing you know, they'll have smell of StreamYard with sewage. Just all right, come on, DL, stop it. Come on. You are funny. How are you doing this morning or this afternoon, Erica?
Dragging.
Now you were on Spice Lounge. I was supposed to be on Spice Lounge last night. And let me explain. I was tired last night, not because of yesterday, but because of Monday. So there was a really weird thing that happened on Monday. Have you heard or seen? Wait, what was that? Breakdowns happening at Guardians. Somebody, I haven't experienced.
I haven't read the article yet.
But when I first rode Guardians, I'll tell you about that experience. But hey, what's up, Dylan? It broke down on me the very, very first time I rode it, but it was in cast trials at that point in time. So, but Monday night, for some reason, I don't know if I had too much caffeine during the day or what, I couldn't sleep. So I was up until I didn't fall asleep until, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning or something Monday night. And then I had to get up for the show. And then so all of Tuesday I was dragging because I just did not get enough sleep. And then after the pro show yesterday, took my family, we went to see Moana 2, which I actually enjoyed. I'd probably give Moana 2, I think a 7.5 out of 10, something like that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. My son really loved it, and that's really all that matters to me. It was they kind of the very, very end credit scene is like the Tamatoa stuff. I think is hilarious. I thought that was really, really funny. But the villains that they've set up for future Moana outings are, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. There was a joke in there that I laughed at that I thought kids are not going to get, and that was where The Rock, as Maui, says something about butt dialing. He goes, and then he breaks the fourth wall and says, "You'll get that joke in about 2,000 years." So I thought, I don't know if it's appropriate for a kids movie. Not appropriate in the sense that it's not appropriate, but it's like, are kids even going to get that? Like, whatever. Maybe they would. Anyhow, so I was just tired yesterday, and then I came home and I wanted to get on Pro's Skeleton Crew watch party afterwards, or after party. And I started to watch Skeleton Crew, and I was already kind of tired, and I'm like, the first 15 minutes of the first episode, I'm like, okay, this is totally putting me to sleep. It was one of the worst things I've ever watched ever. And of course I haven't seen any of the Acolyte, but I'm like, what the heck am I watching with Skeleton Crew? It's set in suburbia. It's set in an American suburb at the beginning, at least. The first scene is very Star Wars, but then they move to this kid who lives in an American suburb, but set in the Star Wars-esque-ish universe. It's really weird. I'm like, sorry, nothing that looks like an American suburb should ever be in a Star Wars universe. I was thinking maybe they were thinking, well, it worked for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where they brought them to that alternate Earth, but it does not work for Star Wars.
Different.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's totally
world,
yeah. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy takes place, at least in our universe, where you could go, okay, maybe there's some other planet out there that's Earth-like, whatever. But it's, it's one of those things where it's the suspension of disbelief. And oddly, bringing Star Wars into our universe it ends the suspension of disbelief. So that's very, very, very weird. I like your Christmas tree. You light up and you got the little ornament that you have. The Disney ornament that you have right behind you, that lights up, right? The red thing?
No, they don't.
The little red Mickey?
Yeah, it does. But when I light it up, it's really bright.
Woo! I love it.
See? It doesn't show.
No, but it's but it's fun because I it's in my short this morning that I put up on YouTube. That
Oh,
particular ornament happens to be like the focus of my short, so that's really funny to me.
I've got the larger ones, but the winds outside kept knocking them around. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm bringing you inside.
Yeah, my I found this background. Well, this is the sea of trees at SeaWorld, which you can't really see the sea of trees, but you can see the snowfall. But this is SeaWorld right now. SeaWorld, I'm telling you, SeaWorld is so much more brilliant right now at Christmas than the Magic Kingdom. And here's why. It's because the Magic Kingdom is all decorated on Main Street, USA, and that's beautiful. And you have the beautiful tree, and that's great. There's a strange looking doll under the tree that looks like Megan. I don't know why that's there,
Oh,
but it looks like Megan. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyhow, you walk down the street, you get to the castle, and then you go anywhere else in Magic Kingdom, and there's no more like it's like not really Christmas decorated. Once you get past the castle plaza,
mm.
SeaWorld, the entire park is decorated with lights. The entire park is decorated with Christmas. They also have a live nativity show where they
Oh,
tell
wow.
the Christmas story of the nativity of the birth of
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, but
Yeah.
it's not like a reverent live nativity like you might see at Silver Dollar City, which they have one there, but it's fun and upbeat. They have like upbeat gospel songs, stuff like that in it, but it's all told from the perspective of the animals, and the animals are puppets. So it's puppeteered,
Oh,
and you get the puppets telling the story, and each one of them says, well, I'm the reason that it happened. And it's so cute because they're all arguing about whether that was the goat or the sheep or the donkey or the bird or whatever. They said, no, I'm the reason they knew that Jesus was born. I'm the reason they knew Jesus was born. And I think it's a really cute way to tell the story in a fun, entertaining way that everybody can watch and enjoy, but it still tells the Christmas story. So, and yes, the candlelight processional is very, very reverent at Epcot, but it's so like you got to get all the way back to Epcot to see it. And I could never watch the Epcot processional with Whoopi Goldberg. I just can't. I just couldn't do it. Gary Sinise, perfect, but not so much Whoopi. But that's just me. That's just a personal opinion thing. So, but SeaWorld, have you been to SeaWorld during Christmas before, Erica?
not during Christmas. Usually spring and summer is when we go home because we want to enjoy the beaches and all the really warm, hot weather we don't really get here.
Well, so when you walk into SeaWorld, there's snow is falling. You see the big Christmas tree. You go around to the right, and you've got is this
Sorry, I'm
the
laughing
world?
at Dan.
Yeah, I saw that. The broken celebration, absolutely. Oh yes, the Crystal Cathedral. Oh gosh, I remember watching the Crystal Cathedral every year growing up on Sundays. It was awesome. Good stuff there. But they on the waterfront, they have all of these trees. It's called the Sea of Trees. They have the big one in the middle that's kind of sticking over my head. And if you go to their Bayside Stadium, you can sit there and watch it, or you can watch it from anywhere around the waterfront. They do a musical show with the Sea of Trees. So and it's like 100 different trees lighting up to the music in different ways, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I think I have it somewhere on my channel. I have a video of SeaWorld's Christmas is better than Disney's Christmas from last year. The way they do Santa Claus, which I'm working on we went to visit Santa Claus at SeaWorld, and I'm putting that video, I'm editing it right now. And
Mm.
this year is very, very different than what they've done before. The Santa Claus is kind of modeled after the Polar Express Santa Claus, because you used to ride the Polar Express. This is how they had it set up. It was really cool. They had a ride that they overlaid as the Polar Express, and you would literally get on the Polar Express and ride it to the North Pole where you'd get up there and it was cold and there was a big tree and it's actually the ride
I
is the
have
North
a
Pole
vague
anyway.
memory of ads for that.
Yeah.
A very vague
Um,
memory of.
but that's where the Santa Claus would be, and it was the Santa Claus from the
Mhm.
Polar Express. But even when they haven't had the Polar Express, their Santa setup has been amazing. So this year, you go to where the North Pole area is, and the elves lead you through a door. Once you get up to that point in the line, you walk through the door. There's a bunch of elves there. They walk you over to a place where you wait for a train, an actual physical uh miniature train, like an elf-sized train, like a kid-sized train.
Mhm.
I had to squeeze in there because I'm 6'3", but it was cute. And then the train doesn't go that far, but then it drops you off, and so it's still like a different version of the Polar Express. And then you go through this beautiful lit up barn that's filled with lit up Christmas trees and snow, and the barn on the outside, and an elf walks you through until they finally knock on the door. Santa says ho ho ho, they let you in, and you're in Santa's barn. And then Blitzen area is there, but of course the reindeer nowhere around because reindeer in Florida would be a bad thing. But it's just really, really cool. And you get up in Santa's sleigh and you meet Santa, and so like it's I just loved the
Yeah.
experience. So
I wish I could have
we
taken
do.
Christian to something like that when he was younger because he loved Polar Express growing up and loved trains. That child was obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine.
They have a really cool
Obsessed.
train set when you first walk into SeaWorld. Over to the right, they've got a big setup. I don't know how they keep it working the way the weather is because it's outdoors, but it's kind of reminiscent of the one in Germany in Epcot,
Mm.
but it's Christmassy. Um, and I wanted to get to. I saw a super chat here. Thank you, Vinny T. Dancing Chewy. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? For that super, we're going to celebrate it with Dancing Chewy yet again. We'll put that on the screen. You are craving gingerbread today.
Yeah, I woke up
Yeah.
this morning and the gingerbread cookies they have out here,
Mm-hmm.
or just gingerbread. Yeah. I think because of the
Yes.
stream last night with Lorena, we were looking at a website that sells German stuff in the States, and you can order. They're kind of expensive. The more I looked at it, I was like, maybe it is cheaper just to do ship boxes from here and send home.
The looking forward to the new roller coaster. I don't think it's going to be a roller coaster. If you're talking about the one at SeaWorld, what they're doing is they're revamping that ride that was at the North Pole. And I think that the new version of it is going to be more like some type of a soaring over the North Pole. I
Oh.
don't know exactly, but it is. So the simulator that they used to take you on the Polar Express was the exact same mechanism as
Mhm.
Star Tours, right? It was that kind of a simulator.
Oh,
So you would get in,
nice.
and like when it wasn't the Polar Express overlay, it was you were supposed to be getting in a helicopter. And
Hmm.
like a big giant helicopter thing that would take you over the North Pole and the Arctic. So now I believe that they're redoing that. That's all under construction at SeaWorld, adjacent to where you meet Santa Claus. And I believe it's going to be more like a Soarin' type of a situation, but I could be wrong. The new one at Busch Garden was a disappointment. I don't get out to Busch Garden much. Busch Garden is not kept up as well as SeaWorld Orlando is. Trying to look at these comments. I apologize if I'm not getting to all of the comments today. There's a lot of them, which I appreciate.
Busch
But there's
Gardens has a funny smell.
Well, it's filled with animals. What do you expect?
Mm. Oh, flamingos. Oh God, flamingos. They smell
Yeah,
awful. And the alligator areas smell pretty gnarly.
yeah. I haven't been to Busch Gardens since 2017, maybe. We don't get
Oh,
out
wow.
there very much because it's just
Mm.
far enough away. I don't really like to drive. I don't like driving generally anymore. But I would imagine, yeah, they probably do Christmas just about like SeaWorld. The one thing that's nice, and I keep stressing this when it comes to Disney saying that they think Epic Universe is going to be good for them because it's going to bring in more business to Orlando, therefore more to them. I don't think they're going to get the overflow that they think they are, because in the geographical footprint, when you look at the geographical footprint for Disney, people come on a Disney vacation, they go to Disney. I think people that want to go to Disney will still go to Disney. I don't think they're going to go to Disney and go try and see Epic Universe. People that go see Epic Universe are kind of already buying 3 tickets, so they have to have a Universal Islands of Adventure a couple days and then an Epic day, and they might buy 2 of those, and it's a week-long vacation. But what people don't take into account is that SeaWorld is literally like a mile from Epic Universe, maybe 2 at the most. So
Mm.
SeaWorld is closer to Epic Universe than the Magic Kingdom is to Epcot on a physical sense, driving wise. So now what you've done is you put SeaWorld, Epic, Universal, and Islands of Adventure, all 4 of those parks, in a geographical area of Orlando that is smaller than Disney World's geographical footprint. So you now have 4 parks
Hmm.
and 2 water parks in that Universal area, even though one of them is not, like, one of the water parks and one of the parks is not a Universal park. If people want to make it like a Disney vacation and have 4 different parks, one of them being an animal centric park, they can do that with SeaWorld now. So that is an available vacation. Yes, Disney needs to bring back Magical Express, make it hard for the
Yeah.
guests to get to Epic and
Amen.
Universal. Hey, I'm 100%. There's all kinds of simple Disney things that they could do that they will not do. I have said that when it comes to their premier lightning lane, what they need to do is make a different queue for the premier lightning lane, so it's only those premier lightning lanes. So in other words, they can have a queue for those people that are paying that $350 per person extra, and then people go to that queue only. And then the Lightning Lane multi-pass could be something that is free, that people only get to select maybe 1 to 3 of per day, and that's it. Or just get rid of it altogether, whatever. But they need to not convolute that and have multi-pass and premier pass together. There's a lot of kind of ridiculous things. Wow. Jeremy Heath puts in a 16th century Lebkuchen recipe. I don't know what Lebkuchen is, but um,
It's a cook. It's a gingerbread cookie, basically, but it's really soft, and it's got a like a very sheer layer of icing. It really could use more icing.
well, speaking of icing, the gingerbread cookies, I've had the gingerbread cookies this year at Disney. And one is head and shoulders above the rest. It's also the least expensive that I've had, and that was the Beach Club Tile. The gingerbread is the real traditional dark gingerbread, and it's got dark chocolate.
Ooh.
It's got a layer of
See, I'm
dark
funny
chocolate on the
about
back.
chocolate and spices. They do that a lot out here too. A lot of the ginger spice cookies are covered in chocolate. I don't like those. I like just the plain, I
Gingerbread.
guess, spiced cookie without the chocolate on it.
They
It's so
all they
good.
also
And it's so
have
soft.
what are they called? What are the little French cookie things called that have a layer of
Macarons or
they have gingerbread with chocolate macarons there at Beach Club, and
ew.
they are actually, I liked them. But then they also have a gluten-free
It's like
gingerbread
cardboard to
cookie.
me.
Oh no, those were really, really soft. Those were, in particular, they were soft. I don't know how they did the gingerbread, but the gingerbread gluten-free cookie, Xander loved it, absolutely loved it, and it's much more of a plain type thing, no chocolate on that or anything, but it is a really, really good gingerbread. So, Beach Club, if you're going to Disney, Beach Club is the place to go for your gingerbread needs. I think that's good stuff there. One of the things that I wanted to get to story-wise is, and I want to bring this, so I gotta present. Didn't have this. I want to bring up the financials for Moana and Wicked, and there's a reason I want to bring these up. It has to do with the fact that everybody was predicting that the financials on these were going to be, I mean, Moana was predicted to be a $2 billion plus movie. And right now, I don't see that happening. What's up, Pixie Dust Traveler? I see you coming in. Good morning. Tom F. Tom F says he cheated and had a little Debbie's teacher attempt cookie. Nice. What is there a worldwide shortage of? Chocolate and gingerbread?
Apparently? Oh, wait, speaking of...
Well, I mean, I will tell you, chocolate's been very, very expensive this whole last year, so I haven't really understood that, but it has been. Because anyway, Moana 2 had an 80% drop over the weekend. I saw it last night, enjoyed it. I didn't find anything objectionable with the movie. It was fun. The music's not as good as the first. The songs aren't as catchy, and The Rock attempting to rap is You're Welcome was really, really good. And then they tried to give The Rock another rap song in this that just fell way short of where You're Welcome was, unfortunately. But it was okay. It was still entertaining for the kids. At my theater, the movie got applause when it ended from the entire theater. So people liked it. So nothing wrong with that. But as far as box office is concerned, that has dropped off a lot. Thanksgiving week was not a weekend, but they said Thanksgiving weekend, and they said it did this over the weekend. When they said that, they were taking into account Tuesday preview, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 6 days trying to pump up the numbers of the movie. Well, since then, it just hasn't really come up. Now, I don't know what they spent to make this or market it. They originally started as a television show, so it's very, very difficult to kind of dig into the numbers there. I'm sure Valiant Renegade will have something on that, which would be great. So I don't know what it needs in order to be profitable, but the worldwide box office so far of Moana 2 is $601 million, almost 602, 601,828 as of today. And then there is the Wicked box office, which is not even doing as well worldwide as Moana 2. So here's the numbers for Wicked, and it's only got less than $500 million worldwide. The international box office does not like this movie, or it's just not distributed to enough international markets yet.
It's hardly advertised out here. I've seen some on YouTube.
I just think that maybe this.
Yeah, not that. It hasn't been hyped up over here at all in the German economy.
Well, it seems like this maybe is not something that. I mean, over here, it has been advertised so much that I'm wondering how much they spent, not just to make the movie, but also how much was spent on marketing this movie. Because when I look at a worldwide box office at this point in time, it's been out for 3 weeks, and I don't think it's made back. I'm sure it's made back its budget, but I don't know that it's made back its budget plus marketing. And then you have to take into account that in order to become profitable, a movie typically has to make twice its budget. Like for marketing and production, It has to make twice that because of the returns that it gets from the box office. So if the worldwide box office, for example, $460 million, that means that to Universal, the company that produced it, it's only gotten back about $230 million. And that's rough, obviously, but DL says, I had Alexa plugging Wicked at me this AM. That is really, really funny. $40 for Macrons, $38. Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, it's even though these are doing well, they are still struggling. And why I say they're struggling is because they're struggling to profit. All right. So you have to understand the difference between is something doing well at the box office? Is it actually making a profit? If I had to guess why the box office isn't explosive, it's because it costs a lot to go to the movies now. And people are like, do I spend my money on these experiences? Do I spend the money on gifts? I got Christmas coming up. If you can do it all and you have the money, sure, you might do it. But a smaller percentage of people are in that position this year. Hopefully things will get better over, say, the next 4 years, at least, I hope. But I have no idea. We are going to get to the main story, but I want to highlight our supers so far. New member, D.L. Fendel, our super from Vinny T. And before we get to the main story, our other miniature celebration.
Is it too much? Too much? It's a birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of us. Oh, DL says there's a new update on Epic. I wonder what that is.
That.
I will not be able to cover that on this show, but I might cover it in a video later. I will be putting up more just straight out videos on the channel of news commentary. So keep an eye out for those. I've only put 2 up so far, and I've used, I think Erica's been, have you been in both of those? I think you have. So,
what?
But the videos, they're repurposed from this show. So the news commentary videos that I put up, but I want to be doing a lot more of that on the channel. But right now, what I want to focus on is something that completely disgusts me about the Walt Disney Company, and it's the reason I invited Erica on the show, because I know she's going to have words about this.
I always have words about Disney.
The Walt Disney Company opens New York headquarters named, oh my God, I can't even believe this, the Robert A. Iger building.
I'm
sorry, but
could you get any more conceited?
I have so many issues with this. Let's dig down into, this is out of Blog Mickey. I think Mike wrote this. I don't know if this is an actual picture of the building or just some picture of New York, but Mike put this up on December the 9th. The Walt Disney Company has opened its New York headquarters, and the Disney board has elected to name the building the Robert A. Iger Building. Sorry. Let's just name a building out of the guy who is practically sinking the company in every way. Here's the announcement from Disney, which includes a look inside the building located at 7 Hudson Square. Disney New York headquarters, Robert A. Iger Building. And if you see me getting sick, it's probably because I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit every time I have to say that. The Walt Disney Company has had a long history with New York City, and now Disney's connection to the Big Apple is getting even deeper with the opening of a new headquarters for its New York businesses at 7 Hudson Square. This new complex, which serves as a collaborative town square in the bustling city, has already started welcoming employees, and by next summer will officially be home to news, editorial, live production, streaming, technology, advertising, corporate business support functions, and more. The NYC headquarters is named the Robert A. Iger Building in honor bestowed by the company and its board to mark Iger's many accomplishments for Disney and its employees as he commemorates his 50th anniversary with the company. That's not really exactly true. He began his career with ABC before they were owned by Disney. So to say that he's been with Disney his entire career is not exactly accurate. Iger began his career at ABC in New York in 1974. He began on the news and ABC with an ideology that was 100% the opposite of Walt's. The new building features hallmarks of Disney's other offices and campuses around the world that speak to the company's century of creativity and community. 700 Hudson Square is also a testament to Disney's commitment to New York City, its economy, its people. The state-of-the-art building encompasses an entire city block and will be a collaborative hub for the company's media production and innovation. Disney employees will enjoy access to a wide range of individual work, collaboration, and amenity spaces, along with the best-in-class shared services. This modern facility is equipped to evolve with future advancements in technology, new formats, and the overall transformation of the company's businesses. And apparently has its own Communicore by the looks of it right there. This building also has begun hosting audience productions for The View in the new space, which I think is very appropriate. One of the worst hated shows on television in a building named for one of the worst hated executives by Disney fans. With
Now
three
that
large
tells
studios
me
building.
the view going nowhere.
Yeah, welcome to The View. Ugly. 3 large studios. The building will continue to welcome hundreds of New Yorkers and visitors from across the country and around the globe each weekday to participate in live and recorded tapings of our shows. It goes on to talk about the amenities of the building and this and that and the other, but I just find it perverse. They could have named it after Roy. They could have named it after Lillian. They could have named it after. I guess it focuses maybe on ABC, and maybe that's why they named it after Bob Iger. But it's just, if I had my wishes, the company would divest of ABC, and ABC wouldn't have anything to
Yeah.
do with Disney directly.
Mhm.
The problem with having left-wing news media, a company like ABC involved with Disney, is that ideology is pervasive to the entire company, and it kills what regular families want. The New York City Modern Museum is down. Is the downfall of New York City. And Nita says they could have just put it in the Lake Nona spot. Yeah, I mean, I think
No,
I think
I can stay out of
Lake
Florida.
Nona. Yeah. Well, having Imagineering at Lake Nona or in Florida in general, I think would have been a good idea. But the fact of the matter is they've just lost so many Imagineers now, it hardly matters. Once again, they spend money in the wrong places.
Mm-hmm.
Rockefeller. Uno is another failed sewage. Yeah. It's hey DL, we will see you soon. We will definitely see you real soon. What are your thoughts on this whole Robert Iger building?
I mean, I wasn't surprised, at the same time, just felt annoyed with it. I mean, if it's gonna be Disney, then put the Disney name on it. You're not the one who started the company, and there's no legacy. The only legacy he's leaving behind is what? He knows how to, buy up crap and rack up the company and, like, immense amount of debt that they can't even get out of. And then the one revenue they do have, he manages to jack that up too, with broken down attractions, and the parks aren't in the shape that they used to be, and nickel and diming the guests and offending your, over 50% of your customer base, the nuclear family, and the list just goes on. And I'm just like, okay, but you want to toot your horn. I don't know what you're tooting your horn on or for, but keep lying to yourself. Go ahead. Whatever gets you through your day, I guess. Take another shower.
Well, I guess he kept the shower to take it. So I wonder if he's got a special office with showers in the New York building. I'm sure he does. I love this comment from Native Hawaiian Acquisition Iger strikes again. What are his
Yeah,
accomplishments? What has he accomplished
I
besides
just listed them.
buying by buying crap that the company doesn't need instead of licensing, which would be better? He hasn't bankrupted the company because people are fans, but he's acquired a lot of stuff that they've ruined. Acquire Star Wars, ruin it. Acquire Marvel, ruin it. Acquire Pixar. It's on shaky grounds right now. And they haven't done, and he doesn't like the
Thank
parks.
you. That Go and shogi. It's exactly what I'm wondering. Why are the investors good with this? They just let their money burn. That's my thing for the last like week, almost 2 weeks now. Like, why are they just sitting there quiet?
It's
Like,
because I think the majority of investors are not um, most of the people that invest in a company like Disney are not direct investors. In other words, they're not going, I'm putting my money in Disney. They're putting their money in a portfolio, and Disney's in the portfolio. I
hmm,
there's that would be my guess, just because if they have a
oh, that's the language
portfolio
I
and it's
don't
got all this,
understand.
yeah, all this stock stuff, that it's, yes, they have an interest, but this is where like BlackRock and stuff come in, because so much money goes
Mm,
into uh, BlackRock, and then they own everything, and it's when it comes to investing, that kind of stuff is a mess. Um,
mm,
but here, Native Wine says, I was a retail investor for 26 years. I moved all my money out 3 weeks ago. BlackRock,
I don't blame
State
you.
Street, and Vanguard, exactly. And
Mhm.
um, and until BlackRock or any of those entities tell Disney we don't need DEI, that didn't work, they're going to keep doing it. It's and Citigroup is the boss. Car Care says, yeah, it's really sad and scary, and
Mm,
yeah, the OG investors have left the building a
yeah.
long time ago. Um, it's just not the same as it was. The company is not the same as it was, and what bothers me so much is they're destroying the legacy of people like Jim Henson. They're destroying Walt Disney's own legacy with the types of ideology that they've been putting out in the last few years. And I hope it kind of feels like maybe there's a transitional period going on right now where they're trying to change some of that. Like Moana 2 didn't feel like there was particular ideology injected into that necessarily. Certainly Deadpool and Wolverine, that's none of that there, other than the fact that, like, it's funny because the stuff that's in Deadpool and Wolverine, if you're an adult and you get it, some of the adult stuff, you're like, but it's done as a joke. That's the whole point. It's like, um it's not, it's the wokey type stuff is not taken seriously. It's actually kind of made fun of. So um
No, they're not trying to convert you on any issue.
no, definitely not. um and just Nina says, I am completely divested of BlackRock now. That's good. Hey, Vinny T, thank you for joining us today. We're going to celebrate you one more time before the end of the show. Yes, Travelers Group.
Travelers.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
but my final thought is, honestly, it just, I can't wait till Robert Iger is gone. Um, It scares me though because the grass isn't always greener, and his replacement
Yeah.
could be worse if something doesn't happen soon. The replacement is going to go down the wrong direction even further than he did, and it scares me for this company when I see what Universal is doing. I think Universal is getting rid of MSNBC, and they're making those smart moves to get rid of that stuff that is hurting them in a political sense with people who I don't really consider it like the far left. The problem I have with the far left is that they call centralized, normal, traditional people far right. And it's that's not the truth. They think they're the normal ones, but the truth is they are far, far, far to the left. And the normal people, we're just like in the center. We just like don't care. Live your life. Just stop trying to stop trying to interfere with mine. You know what I mean? Like live your life
Yeah,
the way you want,
exactly.
but don't interfere with mine. Don't come after my kids. And that's it. That's just, but Ron, they give up what we always wanted in Orlando. Finally, Indiana Jones is coming. We don't really know. Considering dinosaurs staying around all of 2025, do we really know this? I don't know. But that is my final thought on this Bob Iger building. Stop getting rid of legacies like Walt's and Jim Henson's while at the same time tooting your own horn. Final thoughts, Erica?
Yeah, it's pretty much my sentiment. I'm kind of hoping, like what Go and Shogi said there, that they'll change the name after Bob leaves, but I doubt it. Just the state of mind the company is in as a whole, uh, that's not going to happen unless you have some serious fundamental change.
There is a
And
fundamental change
that's
I
not going to
don't think I
happen.
would mind. There's a fundamental change I don't think I would mind seeing, and if that fundamental change happens, the building might be renamed to like the SpaceX, Tesla, or Elon Musk building.
That would be
Yeah.
funny.
Anyhow, Erica, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Erica-Raff on YouTube, and I will be finishing up our Fantasialand video tonight and getting it up finally.
Yay.
And the other 2 videos, I'll finally get those edited and out too as soon as possible. I know everyone's been waiting too long. And that's pretty much it. Life's really slowed down a lot. Raph's been sick, and we're taking it a day at a time. So we may not make it to any more Christmas markets this season, and we had at least 3 more on the list we wanted to go to.
Well,
But
definitely
whatever
prayers
this
for
crud
Raph.
is, whatever he has, it's been lingering for about 2 weeks, and then it peaked this week. So I don't know. It's one day at a time over here. Yeah.
Go and Shogi, if you don't mind sharing Erica's channel out, appreciate that. In the meantime, just letting you know, I think there may still be time to get your items from Follow the Bradley's Fun Fam stuff for Christmas. If you want any of these Make Disney Walt Again products, whoops. Kind of forwarded that a little bit too much, but there's the Fedora products, or just the Follow the Bradley's Fun logo, like on a t-shirt, for example. All of this is still order now for delivery by Christmas. It is still available at this moment. Got to toot my own horn because I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of Bob Iger. Because he's so great. And yes, here is the YouTube channel for Erica and Raph. We've got Christmas gifts here, and then Nita says, "Yes, get back here for a dose of sunshine and warmth."
We do. And I actually just had a doctor's appointment last night before pro stream, and my doctor was like, "How are you doing in your vitamin D?" And I was like, She goes, "Erica." It's like, I'm sorry. She's like 5,000 units a day now. I was like, yes, ma'am.
My wife was just prescribed vitamin D, and we live here in Florida, so figure that one out.
Yeah, no,
thank you so much
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, DL and Vinny T. And I did promise the long celebration. So everybody get ready to dance because we got to celebrate before we take off today. Where's my long? Not the Trump one. There it is. Boom.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, this anticipation is making me mental. But if they say yes to be on the show, I think I will go so crazy.
Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Thank you to my special guest over here, Erica, from Erica and Raph. Prayers for Raph to get better. Prayers for everybody that's having any kind of issues this Christmas season. It always seems to happen this time of year. It always stinks when it does. And every time I have Erica on the show, I end up having a desire to eat a bratwurst afterwards. And I don't know. I like my German food. What do you want? I am German after all. What is that? There's something loud just played in the background. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And look for more news commentary videos. They are coming up on the channel. They will be isolated. They will not be a live show. And I don't even know that I'm going to premiere them necessarily. I just think that I will just put them up. But until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.